comprehensive strategy here. G2 Esports with the opportunity to pick kind of the perfect captain into things. What is going to be the most disruptive captain they could pick is kind of the question G2 is going to be thinking about heading into their final lock-in. Detonation needs to marginalize the risk of a silver bullet team. Samuel as a lot. I actually quite like Samuel.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that one, but it does make a little bit of sense given what we've said so far.
Yeah, this is actually a very common setup for teams in EA. Samuel plus Lyra is incredibly hard to take down. The amount of healing that comes out from both Samuel's Drifting Dark and his heroic perk, plus the Lyra healing on top of that, makes him incredibly hard to take out. That being said, it also means that Blackfeather will not have as easy a time diving in on that carry. But it really comes down to, what will Detonation pick alongside that to really complement this? Because they still want to prevent Vox from going out of control.
It's interesting, actually. I was talking to some of the other casters on our rehearsal day, and they said, you know what? If anyone gives over Lyra Samuel to an East Asian team, they deserve to lose. And
Yep.
Detonation is an East Asian team, so we'll have to see if that actually comes true. A Lance lock-in. I'm guessing then that this is a jungle Lance and a lane Samuel? Or could it be the other way around?
I would expect it to be a jungle Lance. While Samuel in the jungle is fairly effective and clears very quickly, Lance in the lane will have a fairly rough time, especially against, well, actually against this team composition. They can kind of go either way.
Finn doesn't really provide so much of a threat in the early phases of the game to either the jungler or the laner, so long as you're playing around him properly. So I definitely think that they could go either direction. But which one is going to be the most effective? Who do they need to snowball, I guess, the most?
I think having Samuel go ahead and take the lane would be a little bit more effective. They need the gold on him just so that he becomes that hyper carry in the late game. He really needs to be able to be tanky enough to deal with both Blackfeather, and he'll do enough damage to get to the box.
Yeah, I think it's means to an end, right? Like, if you're putting Lance in the lane, you're doing so maybe to snowball a little bit earlier, but you're doing that to the end being Samuel getting strong later because you snowballed early. So might as well just cut out the middleman and put Samuel in the lane. That's what I would do at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's actually a very interesting pickup because having that Lance really it means that Detonation is able to keep G2 inside that Drifting Dark when it is cast. So Samuel will be going to be able to do a little bit more damage, and it'll sustain a little bit more because the more targets are inside the Drifting Dark, the more healing he gets.
Yeah, and this is quite a resilient team overall coming in from the side of Detonation. They have strong inherent healing on the Samuel and the Lyra, but they also have just a very burly dude in the form of Lance. So he's going to be able to really buy a lot of time for that sustain to come in. I think they've got something good going on here. The question is, how can they capitalize on it to make the plays they need to happen?
Right. The biggest thing that they have to do is ensure that Samuel is able to do damage from afar and really force G2 to pick their engages, because the moment Blackfeather jumps in, Brightbork will come out, and Lance is just going to completely lock up Blackfeather, get the maul him away, and it's going to be incredibly hard to close in on that Samuel. So Blackfeather is actually a little bit of a weaker pick in this situation. That being said, Crystal Blackfeather is definitely a thing, so we might just see a lot of poking going on.
How much does Finn interrupt the sort of plan of Detonation, though? Because you can kind of siege break if Detonation is trying to play slow, poke from range, you have a force to cord that can force the issue. But on top of that, Lance can't keep Finn away. He can't do what he needs to do necessarily to protect the carries in the same way. And in the late game, we all know what Finn can do. It's pretty scary.
Absolutely. And I really think this is going to be very telling. How much synergy does G2 have? If they can combo wait for it along with the force to cord, that combo of Vox and Finn is going to be absolutely devastating. If they can't, it will be a little bit rougher for them.
If they're, really on the ball, you can always use the silence, expecting it gets crucibled, and then there's no crucible for the force to cord too. So if you don't stack them, it might work out well for you also. Guys, this is Game 2 of Detonation and G2 Esports. A win from Detonation guarantees that we have Kraken coming out as first seed and G2 coming out as second seed. But if G2 Esports wins here, there will be a tiebreaker to determine whether G2 Esports and Kraken is in fact the first seed. Obviously, G2 Esports definitely wanting that one to happen. Let's see if it will. The Quiz unable to steal away that Treant. You see Dark Potato picking that one up early on. Yet again, very early 3 versus 3 in the jungle from these two teams.
Yeah, I actually really like the way that G2 set that up. Keanu on that Finn is going to be incredibly effective at down, dealing damage to Vukas. The base damage that Finn has on his base attack is actually incredibly high compared to most other heroes. However, Viviquiz trying to put a little bit more aggression, trying to steal out that Treant, definitely delayed the carry and the jungler of G2 Esports.
Alright, G2 Esports, they do have to be careful of these rotations coming in from Detonation. Lance can make plays happen that really shut down G2, and Hundred is not careful. But so far, they're doing a good job of dodging this out. We do now see the formation Detonation has gone for, with Royal on the Samuel and Tuki on the Lance. Should be interesting to see whether or not they're able to really capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Right now, Detonation is definitely pushing G2 out of lane just a little bit, knocking 100 the opportunity to go shot. But they are both going to back off right here. However, Samuel is extremely effective in the early game just because the amount of state he has coming out from his perk makes it so that he doesn't really have to worry about trying to heal up. He doesn't have to worry about backing. As long as he's able to hit things, he'll be fine.
Yeah, a lot of the damage that Hundor is able to do in trades early on is kind of incidental. You know, it's just a bounce here or there from the Vox perk. And as a result, just the base amount of sustain is good enough here. Oh, Dark Potato, he is in a bad position right now, needs to get out of here. Already burned those boots, still taking a tremendous amount of damage to Tuki with the slam down, picks up first blood. No reaction from Hundor, doesn't even try and go down to help out his teammates, focused entirely on farming up. Is going to get a good amount of damage on Royal here. Look at this, Tuki annihilates the back camps of G2. This is how snowballs begin to form. This is the top of the mountain.
Absolutely, and right now Detonation really wants to win this game for the pride. And right now G2, they are taking out Tuki, but I don't think they're able to do too much damage right now.
I'm not sure this is a fight that G2 necessarily wants. They are in a choke point. G2 has Githyan Wall available, but it looks like he misses that impale. That could be a big opportunity.
Yeah,
Janu, though, very low on health, tries to get that polite company to keep himself alive. Doesn't happen. Detonation turn and burn G2 Esports. You're at 2 kills by 3 minutes. Look at how aggressive Detonation is being. This is the way you play when you have nothing to lose left in this tournament. This is their last chance to go out with a bang.
Absolutely, and right there, Tuki trying to go for a kill on Dark Potato. And this is a fantastic composition for it because Nance putting a lot of aggression down early. If he lands that impale, it just absolutely eviscerates someone's health. And right now, they're seeing if they can steal another camp away.
Oh man!
Dark Potato,
that's some good damage. Does have the Trian heal, though. Tuki sped up. 1 or 2 more attacks will do it. It's 3-0 at 4 minutes here. Detonation keeping the pain train rolling. Viviquiz got to be careful, however, as Hundor begins to chase. There's a sentry as well. Polite company keeping things going here. Detonation have been able to kite back to the bush. Tuki finds himself a Treant to nom on as well. It's going to keep him sustained up and healthy. And G2 Esports wasted a tremendous amount of time trying to find themselves a pick there. Look at Hundor's CS sitting at 39. Yeah, it's better than Royals, but it could be way higher had he just gotten 2 waves instead of chasing there.
Absolutely, and right now Vivica is coming out with the early Crucible. His healing is going to be off the charts. That's actually a very fantastic build for Lyra, just skipping over the fountain and taking Crucible because it does give more health, allowing that Imperial Sigil just to do that much more. I actually love this competition coming out from Detonation, and you can see exactly why teams are so fearful of giving over the Samuel and Lyra to
Yeah, it's too bad maybe that Detonation didn't make something like this in game number 1. They're showing a great deal more confidence, I think, in what they're playing this time around.
Oh no!
Oh, Hundor absolutely annihilated. Silence comes through on Akiano as well. He's trying to get out of there. Flight Company buys a bit of time. Is it going to be enough, though? With that Drifting Dark, the damage is there. Another kill now is Tuki. Maybe thinking about diving onto Dark Potato here. The Impale not quite going to connect, though. Dark Potato unable to make it happen. Tuki wanted more combat roll, putting him in position to try and make it happen. Doesn't quite get there. One turret already taken out by Detonation Gaming. Tuki. Oh, Hundor. I like that play, though. You gotta have some serious cojones to jump into your enemy team to dodge a skill in the heat of the moment there. Look at how much damage Tuki's doing, though. There's one Githyan Wall.
Yep, it is
wiped out.
absolutely crazy. The amount of damage Tuki is dealing right now, he has that Starlight. He's going to be dealing up a lot more damage in the coming few minutes, but one thing to worry about for that weapon lance is that come late game, come mid game even, the moment his opponents start building a little bit of armor against him, his damage dramatically falls off. He doesn't have the attack speed. He doesn't have a huge amount of scaling. If he gets a huge lead early on, he can definitely push it toward a victory. However, he does have to be very wary of the fact that if G2 starts building up a little bit of armor against him, he's not going to be doing that much damage.
Dark Potato very low, trying to defend this turret. You can see the pressure through Detonation mounting as they go for more objectives. Very, very difficult for G2 to keep holding here. The siege potential of the Samuel actually the thing, more so than anything else, that's really shining about the pick right now. It's making it so that G2 has to do something right now or they're just going to lose so much more.
Oh my goodness!
No, what? Tatuki, you are a absolute beast. He picks up 2 kills. Viviquiz goes in for the ace. G2, I mean, they looked a bit shaky in game number 1. They looked a bit shaky in their games against Kraken. This game, they look like a team that I wouldn't have expected against G2. Detonation are just crushing.
I think this is really down to Tuki. Tuki is doing such a fantastic job of landing some kills. The amount of damage is 481 right there. 1 impale. Completely chunked out Dark Potato. He lost a third of his health off of one ability. It's absolutely crazy.
Alright, Detonation, they are pulling back now to take control of the jungle. You can see crazy heals coming out of Viviquiz's Lyra. It's almost like, you know, Detonation don't need to back off, really. So long as Viviquiz has energy, the push can keep going.
Absolutely right now. And Detonation, he actually picks up Detention Bow, which is actually a fairly good choice because he knows G2 has to build armor against him at some point. If they don't, he's just going to do crazy amounts of damage. And that Tension Bow on top of it, his burst is just going to be that much higher. He'll be doing fairly reliable damage every couple seconds. If he can land those impales, he can probably 2-shot people.
Yeah, Tatuki is just, I mean, G2 doesn't have a good answer to it right now. You know, it doesn't really matter how much armor you build unless you can build a full jack. You know, like that's the point at which it matters how much armor you have. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Tatuki wants more. Looks at Dark Potato. That's the impale. Hunter on the backline is trying to maybe make a turnaround happen. Royal is very low. Hunter staying admirably well topped off during this fight, but Royal is able to pick up that 1 kill. Hunter still wants more. He's got a lot of breaking point stacks right now. Detonation actually needs to be careful. They're having to back away. Tatuki's extremely low. Royal has got energy, but Viviquiz does not. There's no good heal that can come in. Hunter!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, what? Hunter! Oh, man, that can't feel good. That cannot feel good.
That was an impale, a basic attack, and a getting wall, and Hunter was gone. I don't think he at all expected that damage to come out. Tatuki was left with just a sliver of health. Literally 1 or 2 basic attacks would have killed him. But Hunter jumping over the wall, a little bit over-aggressive, instantly got taken out.
Man, this is crazy. Tatuki laying down the pain. That is the first kill on the board for G2 Esports, though. That fight was perhaps the beginning of some kind of comeback. You can see that Hundor, if he's able to kind of navigate his way around the fight safely, does do a respectable amount of damage right now. Does have the ability to really lay down some hurt. He's farming quite well, 20 above his counterpart in Royal. And actually, the only person he really needs to worry about is Tatuki. He's got an Aegis. He's got good defense against what Royal is bringing to the table, and Royal is underpowered right now.
Yeah, Dark Potato is actually going for the Aftershock build on that Black Feather. He is fairly far behind, 29 to get to his name, and 4 deaths. Tatuki though coming in, jumping on G2, really able to do a lot of damage.
He's taking a lot of pain on the front line. Gotta be careful.
goodness.
Royal is able to kite back though. Drifting Dark saved for this moment as the turnaround comes in. Hunter wants to try and get onto that captain, but Keanu so close to dying. He's not going to be the first one to fall though. Tatuki likely to go second. Royal is full health, full energy, but still has to be scared right now. It's very dicey up against that Dark Potato. Trying and move in, get the hunt down. Royal so close to falling. He's not quite going to. Oh! That was insanely close. G2 Esports out of nowhere have come back into this game. A little bit of, I think, a lack of synergy in that fight. Detonation did not commit altogether.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of coordination right there for Detonation. Tatuki jumping in. He was able to do a ton of damage. However, he was not falling with this team. If he peels for Royal, Royal at this moment is incredibly strong. He has a Shaggas, he has a Clockwork, he has a little bit of piercing, and all I can buy on Samuel, if he gets to use, putting that Clockwork to use with that Drifting Dark makes him so incredibly effective because he's constantly able to throw those Drifting Dark clouds out, and he'll almost never have to worry about his golden armor.
I feel like if Royal got into that fight just a little bit sooner, maybe Detonation has a more convincing performance there. It is getting to the point where Tatuki just being this nuke isn't doing enough. You know, there's enough defense on the side of G2, I guess, that they're able to weather the storm. And the setup is not happening fast enough either. You know, they're not capitalizing on the stun necessarily with like an Oblivion or some kind of follow-up damage. This is perhaps G2 showing again that they can weather the storm and come back. That's what they did against Crack in Game 1.
Yeah, I think the bigger thing is Detonation really has to feel that their weak position has changed. They need to protect Royal as opposed to like
Hundor is in a dicey position right now, though. Look at this flank from Royal doing so much work. Fountain forced to be used by G2 Esports as they back away. Keep in mind that there's still some very easy to pick up turrets available here, and they want them. Detonation Gaming does find the inner. That means that these Vein Crystal turrets are the last standing for the side of G2 Esports, and this does change the equation a little bit. Much easier to siege onto these set up over a wider range. It makes it hard for G2 maybe to initiate. Let's see if they can do something near the sentry, though. Johnny has to.
Oh, that was an interesting counter. He Crucible, and he actually Royal immediately threw the Oblivion out, so it would have forced. And he knows, Kiana Nakoa, he doesn't have a Crucible right now. So if he does catch Hundor or he catches Dark Potato, then that engagement is completely moot. But it's really it's still up to Detonation. They have to realize their weakness has changed. They don't need to let Tatuki explode the members of G2. Instead, if he protects Royal, Royal's damage output right now is absolutely crazy. He's able to constantly use those Drifting Dark Clouds. He's constantly able to throw out those Malice and Verdicts. As long as they're empowered, the amount of damage that he's dealing will completely outclass Hundor and Dark Potato.
Dark Potato now does have a broken myth too, though, which means that some of these longer fights, which we have been seeing in situations where Hundor has been left alive, for example, for quite some time, he will start to deal more respectable damage. He wants to set something up, though. He doesn't want to wait. That's a root onto Dark Potato, a stun into the wall, the sleep as well. So much coming through onto the side of G2 Esports. Tatuki is alive as well due to that fountain coming across. Dark Potato is going to force Royal back, though. That means he can't get in position to land the damage, kill Keanu, or perhaps get onto Hundor. Buys a lot of time here for G2 Esports to reposition, maybe set up again, go for maybe a heal back on the platform. G2 Esports has bought enough time. The Detonation has to fall back to think about their next fight. Yeah,
Hundor is getting quite strong. He has a break point. He's starting to build up his second Tyrant Demise, but he already has the Aegis. So Royal, while he does a lot of damage, he does have the broken mist. He's still able to cut through a lot of that shield. Hundor is going to start hurting quite a bit. And right now, as Tatuki really needs to focus on peeling for Royal. Royal, as long as he throws his Drifting Darks in positions where G2 is not able to really capitalize on his positioning, Detonation still has a very large lead in this game.
They do indeed, but you got to be able to keep capitalizing on it. And it does feel like Detonation is perhaps running out of steam a little bit. They came into this game off the back of that probably extremely demoralizing loss, out of World Championship on day one. But they were like, all right, we got nothing to lose. Let's play for this. Now that they're slowing down, maybe their motivation to keep going is also that here comes another fight. Detonation wants to make something happen here. Quiz tried to jump on the back line. They don't have the backup of the team, though. Oblivion, not going to do much. Just silences Keanu Nakoa. That's all it can pull out. The Quiz still alive somehow. Good jukes. Stops Dark Potato, and Royal has insane damage right now. Keanu's got a body block. Hundor, the main target. He's actually going to jump in. He wants Royal, but he can't quite get there. Oh, the root's insane from Tatuki. That's going to be a triple kill coming in, an ace for Detonation Gaming. And now with Kraken on the map, they've got the ingredients they need to make this a game win.
Yeah, Tatuki coming in at just the right time to save his teammates. Royal was so incredibly low. If Dark Potato had gotten the Fatal Heart off, if he had gotten anything off, another on point, another Rose offensive, Royal would have been completely dead. And they would not have the advantage they do now. In fact, I feel like Tuki in that fight played almost flawlessly. He was able to pressure Hundor, he was able to pressure Keanu, forcing him to stay with Hundor, and he was still able to come back and save his teammates.
Very impressive stuff. Also good by Royal. I mean, if he'd waited even a millisecond more to bail on that fight and get into the brush out of vision range, you know, it would not have been that hard for Dark Potato just to click the Feint of Heart, but it couldn't quite happen. Now with Kraken helping them push in, this is an anchor point that Detonation can rotate around, play with as an element of their positioning to give Royal what he needs to make the plays happen. Force the cord already burned out. Blue comes across. That's for the stun as well. Dark Potato needs to get out of there. One charge for defensive already burned. Tuki's on the back line. He's looking at that. Gibby, well, look at the way he's positioning right now. Finds himself a double stun. Royal splashes the damage in. G2 are already so low. Kraken's coming into the base. It's full health. Hundor has to get out of there. A fountain was forced before they even healed up on the platform. Detonation, yes, they are a little bit low right now, but maybe they can make it happen. Oblivion coming through, buys time for Tuki to get out of there. Hundor, he wants to set something up. Royal is pretty low on energy. There's still a chance that G2 can defend, but they've got to deal with this Kraken on the turret as well. There's so much going on. They can't be everywhere all at once. Royal just needs to buy time right now. Drifting Dark is going to make that easier. Lots of damage coming through from the carry of Detonation Gaming. He wants to put Japan on the map here, find a win for the team before this tournament is over. The Kraken is on the Vein Crystal. That's another kill. Detonation Gaming deny G2 Esports the tiebreaker. He
Kraken finishes it!
Do it! Kraken survives, and the series ends 1-1. G2 does move forward, ladies and gentlemen, to day number 2. But Detonation showed up in the last chance they had and put a win on the board.
Yeah, that was an absolutely dominant victory coming out from Detonation. They might not have gotten with a complete